of the things that a lot of young people that I've been talking to here feel, and it's something that I personally believe in, is that the problems possibly could be one of consciousness and changing people's consciousness and attitudes toward other individuals. And in some way it has to work on that level as well as the governmental level.
If we could just get through our heads a beautiful line in Aldo Leopold, Sand County Almanac. We are all fellow creatures in the odyssey of evolution. If we get that through our silly heads, we could answer the whole thing. But we know we have this splendid arrogance that speaks of special creation and special this and special that. And we're the worst species on earth. Capable of the worst and yet capable of the best if we would. I think the best thing that we can do is for us at home to set the example. We're 6% of the population of the world using up 50% of its resources. We're the people that have to set the example.
The decision maker's position in all this, I mean, the people don't really make the decisions to stop or start war. Now, how do we get at the decision makers in this? I mean, they have a particular tendency to hit for war. How do we stop their stupidity?
Yes, it's bad in one way, but remember that's the way the forefathers laid out the Constitution and laid it right in his hands, and until we change that, we can't do much.
But yes, but this is the nub of the problem. No matter what we try to say about environment or war, the thing goes on. Now, how do we stop this psychotic trend to war all the time?
I wish I knew, because for 7 years, I can't see why it's been going on. It just makes no sense. I was there in '66 and came back to brief Mr. Johnson when he was in the office. I told him what I saw then, that so far as I was concerned, all I could see in South Vietnam is why don't we get the hell out?
Yeah.
I mean, even the South Vietnamese, now they keep talking about how they're Vietnamizing it, how they're doing this and that.
Yeah, but you see how separate the decision-making is from the people. In the Amchitka test, millions of people objected to that. Whole countries said stop it. But no, the Amchitka test went on. It was a 5-megaton hydrogen bomb for murderous purposes, and the decision-making didn't change because of people's pressure.
Well, apparently we don't have enough pressure, because come to presidential election time, who gets in?
Wow. Then the people must have their own parliament. We must have a people's resurgence of people's power in this thing. We've got to stop the decision makers who seem to be feudal lords instead of rational human beings.
Well, that means reorganizing the whole Constitution.
Well, if you have a government, you have a contract, a social contract between people and government. If the government don't live up to their social contract, then the people must reinstate another social contract. That's not revolution or change or anything. That's just fact. The power of the people must be reinstated instead of the power of the feudal people.
I agree. Now, how do you do it?
Well, you begin by saying one is life orientation, the other is death orientation. We must not have regressive leaders. We must have life-oriented leaders, and this must be the neat decision in the environment and the neat decision in war. It's life orientation.